What's good, people? What's going on? Today we're going to be breaking down Iman Gadzhi's new business model and why it's going to make you rich. I'm sure you've seen it online. If you haven't, I'm surprised, but we are going to go through what it is, so don't worry too much. But Iman is perfect at launches. He knows how to get everyone's eyeballs on it, so chances are you have come across it. But I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to dive straight in. We're going to break it down and explain why it's going to make you rich and kind of fill in all the blanks in between. So, first up, Iman's just unveiled his new business model. And let me tell you, it's a game changer. It's not even a new business model, but it's a new idea, a new event, whatever kind of name you want to put on it. And this is the one thing. It's a free event between January the 6th and January the 13th. I think it's like 6 episodes he's releasing, completely free, sort of teaching you everything you need to know, A to Z, about personal branding, selling digital products, things like that. And he's got nothing to sell. There's no course at the end, or so he says. My idea of it, what I'm guessing, he's going to be selling his software, Flowsy, maybe his e-learning platform as well, possibly even some high-ticket coaching at the end of it. That's kind of where I'm guessing he's going with it, because he did say he's not selling a course. So I'm going to take his word for it and believe that he's genuinely not. So the best part is, though, although this is all about personal branding, you don't actually need a personal brand to make money from it. And I know it's hard to believe. We're going to dive into why that is and how it kind of makes sense. So in fact, today I'm going to show you how you can get rich without ever being in front of the camera, while still taking advantage of Iman's new model, this full new sort of event. And then by the end of this video, you're going to know how to take advantage of this trend, leverage the massive wave of people building personal brands, and create a 6-figure income working from behind the scenes. If you're not someone who wants to be on camera, grow following, all this stuff, don't worry, because you can still grow a 6-figure income working behind the scenes while still being involved in the model, still being involved with kind of personal brands, because that's kind of the way the world's going, especially the online world. That's where all the money's being made right now. So, Iman, how did he start? Where's he at now? I hope this kind of makes sense, but Iman started off as an agency owner. He kind of documented his process trying to start an agency. So the agency owner and the personal brand kind of interlocked together. Didn't go too well as an agency, as far as I know. I think he eventually kind of scaled a little bit further later on down the line, of course, as everyone does. But it didn't really have anywhere he could go with it. You kind of plateau out as an agency owner. Like, if you don't sort of build a team and build operations and automate processes, there's kind of a limit you can get to, which isn't a very high limit. But even if you make like 10k per month, obviously it's great and that's everyone's goal. But when it comes to hiring and things like that, the profit margins get much, much lower. So what did he do? He put all of his time into the personal brand. He closed down the agency, focused on the personal brand. However, even though he closed his agency, he carried on teaching agencies. He carried on teaching SMMA, and he brought out agency courses. And that's when he found the real success. This is where he made his money. He might have made some money from being an agency owner. He might have made some money from like YouTube when he's just running the personal brand. But realistically, when he's seen real success, when he started seeing the actual money come in, is when he started selling these agency courses, these programs, and that's when he's seen the results. Now, he's done that for a very long time. He kind of set the standards in that space. A lot of people are following in his footsteps, selling agency courses, selling courses on millions of different things, mentorships, coaching, everything. So, what's he doing now? A personal brand program. I mean, it's a free program, don't get me wrong, but again, he will have something to sell. There will be a method to make money out of this, but that's kind of the plan. This is what he did before, and what he's on to now is a personal brand program, which for me makes more sense, especially for the position he's in now, but we're going to get into why and how in a moment. So, who are these guys? Eddie Cumberbatch, Jordan Welch, Ty Lopez, Luke Belmar, Tate, and obviously Iman Gadzhi. What I think, and what I've always said, is do what they do, not what they say. Because all these guys have always told you to do this business model, whatever it is, that they aren't even doing. Some of them are, don't get me wrong, and there's different sort of twists and turns, but 90% of the time, by the time they're teaching you, they're no longer doing it. Now, this is a little bit controversial because the steps to get you to 10k per month aren't the same steps to get you from 10 to 100k per month or 100k to a million per month. So it does make sense that they're teaching you to do something else, because they are teaching you how to sort of get your first bit of money as a beginner. The only issues you have with that is a lot of the methods and tactics become outdated if they're not actually in the model themselves. It's outdated information that they may be done 5-10 years ago and they're still teaching it now. Don't get me wrong, the skills all kind of make sense, but what it comes down to really is just being an authority and having the power to sell, being good at sales, and that's what these guys are great at. Eddie Cumberbatch, obviously growth operating, which most of you guys will be aware of. He kind of coined the term, sold a sort of program course on it, mentorship, everything like that. And then what's he done now? He stopped the model completely. He's went over to clip curating and doing the exact same thing in that model because he's kind of not saturated operating, but he sort of took everyone he can, made as much money as he can in a short amount of time. He could probably keep going, but he's never going to reach that same amount he did at the start. So what's he done now? He's found a whole separate model. He's partnered with WAP and he's doing that sort of stuff. Tate, for example, Tate doesn't do any of these business models. So instead, he's got like a kind of an e-learning platform similar to Iman Gadzhi. And he just sells for a low ticket price information about tons of different business models because he doesn't really have authority in one niche. He's kind of just a famous guy who has money and he's funny and he has an audience. So people sort of trust what he says and listen to him. He has a lot of advice as well. So he's kind of went that route. There's different routes. Obviously, Jordan Welch does the dropshipping route. He was a dropshipper, successful dropshipper, but now he's focused on the content, selling the courses, things like that. I hope that kind of helps. I hope it makes a little bit of sense, but what we're pitching now, especially in this sort of economy, how it is now, is do what they do, not what they say. And like I say, the steps from 0 to 10 will be different from 10 to 100 and 100 to 1 million. However, it doesn't need to be that way, especially now, because of the rise of personal brands. Personal branding is the business model of the decade. It's going to give you unlimited earning potential, the ability to sell anything from courses to software, as we've seen. And you also have long-term influence. So like someone like Eddie Cumberbatch, he has long-term influence. He sold a course on growth operating, but that sort of died down a little bit. It stopped being the hot new trend when other things came around. So what did he do? He adapted, he brought something else out, and he used his long-term influence to make more money, keep it consistent. When you build a brand, you're not just selling a product, you're selling trust, and trust is the ultimate currency online. You might have a guy with like 1,000 subscribers selling the perfect agency course, and then you have someone like Iman Gadzhi, whose course might not be as good, but he's got way more followers, he's built way more trust, way more content. Who do you think they're going to buy from? Iman Gadzhi, not only because of he's got a much bigger audience to buy from him, but he's much more trustworthy. Because people see his lifestyle, they see what he does, they see what he's achieved, all that sort of stuff. And that's what a personal brand allows you to do. So, why will people actually follow Iman's advice? Why will they actually start making their personal brands scaling? There is a lot less trust now in the personal brand, info products, digital products game due to so many people selling random things that don't actually bring value to their audience. So, it's much harder to get people to buy, whether that's like digital guides, ebooks, PDFs, courses. It might even be like affiliate marketing products that they're selling that they don't actually use themselves. But people are losing a lot of trust in their sort of favorite creators due to people who do this. However, Iman's audience already sees him as a mentor, a huge authority figure. So when he tells them to build a personal brand, thousands are going to jump on board. Even more, I believe, than he previously attempted into the agency model. Not only is he bigger now, he's actually active doing what he's saying. So, like I say, because personal branding is free, unlike building an agency. Plus, now he's actually selling what he does, not what he says he does, if that makes sense. So there's instantly more trust and literal proof in front of your eyes. Like, Iman can always show you the numbers from when he ran an agency, maybe show you some of the clients, but it's still previous stuff. Whereas right now, if he's teaching you to build a personal brand, you can click on his profile at the bottom of the video, and there you go. You've got an example of a perfect personal brand that he's running right now. So it just makes a lot more sense, and I think people are going to trust it. And it's something he's really, really doing. It's not something like you're not going to trust him on because there's proof. So this part doesn't really matter for Iman. Now, what does this do? It creates a huge opportunity, not just for them, not just for the guys who want to build a personal brand, follow Iman, jump on every single new business model that comes out, but it also creates a huge opportunity for us, for operators, IPGAs, partners, whatever you want to call it. So here's where it gets interesting. You don't need to build a personal brand yourself to profit from this trend. You can get rich by helping these new personal brands succeed, whether it's the new ones or whether it's the current ones. Either way, you can help these guys succeed. Every sort of YouTuber is going to be scaling right now, and I think the kind of algorithms are changing to help these smaller people get much bigger, and that's kind of where the space is at. So, as a growth operator, I'm not a fan of the term, but it is the term, so we're going to use it. As a growth operator, you're going to help these guys make money, and in turn, that's going to make you a lot of money. So, here's a little step-by-step strategy. Obviously, I'm going to keep it short and simple. I will sort of give you a full free training as well if you want it, but just for now, to give you a brief overline of what it is being a growth operator. First, you're going to find creators. Look for people who are just starting their personal brand journey. They'll need help with content, strategy, and mainly monetization, which is what we're going for. I mean, at the start, they're only thinking about the content and the strategy, how to grow. But if you then implement a system for them and tell them how they can start making money from day one, they're not going to turn it down. Give value first. Find them first, obviously, then help them grow for free or at least for cheap. Build goodwill by giving actionable advice on improving their content, audience growth, or offer creation. Now it's time to monetize with revenue shares. So once you've built the trust, you've helped them a little, you've given them value, offer to help them create and scale an info product. Take 20 to 30% of the revenue in exchange for running everything behind the scenes. Obviously, this is pay on results, so there's no risk for them. They can't be thinking, oh, I've got no money, I'm just starting this to make a little bit of money, I can't pay you. It doesn't matter, you don't want paying, you're willing to take the risk and work with them because you see potential, and all you want is 20 to 30%, maybe it's even 40% if they're kind of really small and you're going to be doing a lot of the work. Completely depends, but yeah. Then step 4, scale their business, build funnels, automate systems, scale their sales, do the appointment setting, literally everything in the process. While they just focus on creating content, scaling, you're the operator, they're the face, you're kind of the COO of the business, running everything behind the scenes. Think about it, every personal brand needs someone like you to help them turn followers into dollars. Do you really think that all these personal brands right now are going to be relying on like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram to pay them? Not really. I mean, they might go for that, but it's not going to work, and then they're soon going to quit. So what you're doing is giving them a real way to make money, even with a small personal brand, before they even scale to hundreds of thousands or millions of followers. You can help them make money from day one, and it's kind of a no-brainer. Why would they turn it down? So here's an example of a funnel that we build out for creators. Pretty simple, but kind of complex at the same time. But we take traffic sources from organic and paid, take it into some sort of free community, or just into long-form content or webinars for nurturing. Obviously, this is the middle of the funnel. So then we go to like an opt-in page, send a newsletter, obviously like kind of 6 emails, always retargeting them to get them into the VSL page, which is when we put them into an application where we either qualify them or disqualify them, depending on kind of what income they're doing, who they are, what type of person they are, you know, if they're actually looking for the offer. Then based on that, we either take them to book a call if they're qualified, or if they're not qualified, we take them to a downsell so we can still make money out of them in the short term. Once they've been downsold, we've got another one-time offer, and then finally a thank you page with a book a call. So we kind of linking these together, if that makes sense. If they get like kind of upsold, if they are qualified, they're going to book a call, again newsletter, straight to a thank you page, and then a sales call. Both end up leading to a sales call. Obviously, if they're qualified, it's a much quicker process. This one needs to nurture them a lot more if they aren't technically qualified. I mean, some people won't be able to buy it all. They might not be able to afford it. They might not have time. But the downsell, one-time offer, thank you page, you're just going to nurture them more and more and more to make sure you can get that eventual sale. And then finally, you're looking for the close to make the cash. So that's just one example of many, many systems that we currently build out and we have built out for creators we work with. So it's a little example of what you'll be doing. You'll be finding someone who's building a personal brand or someone who already has one, partnering with them to take their organic or paid traffic, put it through a nurturing sequence and a sales sequence to eventually make them money and split the revenue with them. Thousands of creators are about to dive into personal branding, and they're all going to need someone like you to help them turn followers into dollars. And if you want to learn how this works, DM me the word info on Instagram for my free training. Like I said, there is a full free training. This is quite like a basic overview because we were mainly going to Iman Gadzhi's new model. But if you want a free, full training, no fluff, not like any of these basic YouTube videos, it's not really built for the algorithm. It's quite a boring video, which is why it's not posted on here. It's more of a back-end video that kind of goes through all the process and how you can actually start. If you do want to see that, just DM me the word info on Instagram, and I'll send it straight over. It's automated, so don't worry, you won't have to wait at all. It's perfect for beginners, and even if you've already tried doing this, it's going to help you as well, because there's a lot of sort of back-end information. Now, if you want to skip the guesswork and start scaling today, maybe you've already started as a growth operator, or you want to jump in a little bit further at the deep end, you understand how it works. You don't really want to be watching these free trainings, taken through the funnel, and eventually end up paying for some sort of high-ticket mentorship for one of these guys on YouTube. What you'd rather do is skip the guesswork, start scaling today, and only end up paying a low ticket. What you can do is join Operator Labs. You're going to get access to everything you need to build and run creator businesses, including free, unlimited Go High Level access, which alone obviously saves you hundreds, plus I've built these up for over 2 years of doing this, and you can install everything on day one. That's my funnels, my automations, literally everything. I'm going to show you in a second. But don't wait, this offer won't last forever. Links below. The best part is as well, I might go through this in a second, but the best part is there is actually a free trial, so you may as well check it out below. DM me info on Instagram as well, why not? Watch the free training. But also, this comes with a free trial. So join the free trial. If you want, just cancel it straight away so you don't end up paying, to be safe. Although you're not technically paying me, I want you to get in and see the value, because then if you don't get a client, you're not making money right now, don't worry, you can leave after the free trial. But as long as I provide enough value, chances are you're going to come back in like 1 to 2 months when you're making money. So either way, I want to help you out. So if I was you, 1, I'd get the free training, but 2, I would definitely take advantage of the free trial and join this now. Here's some of the things you get. I mean, this has been adapted on. There's way more stuff now, but just a quick example. Free unlimited go high level at no extra cost, which you are going to need if you want to get into this business. 15 plus. Again, that number is way, way higher now. You're probably looking at like 50 plus. Proven, new, done for you automations and snapshots. Our plug and play system, literally everything I use and I have used previously. A full in-depth growth operating course. I've just built out this new one as well. So you're going to get access to 2 courses. Really, really in-depth. One's kind of for starting out, then we're going to also have a separate course for kind of scaling once you're already making money and you've got clients. Full lead magnet guide. Ads and targeting strategies guide for scaling. Weekly live Q&A calls. We've also got an extra call now as well for a masterclass call. So you're getting 2 weekly calls. Proven scripts, templates, contracts, and more. Plus, obviously, so much more, like I said. And this is old as well. So there's probably about 10 times more the value than what's said here. So you can join. Just click the link below. It's under $100 per month. It's a lot under $100 per month right now. But I don't want to say the exact price because the price will be going up. Every sort of certain amount of numbers that people that join in, the price is going to go up. So I'm not going to give you the exact number, but click the link below. You'll see the price. The price is literally going up like every week right now. So if you don't get in quick, it will be going up. You can see the previous price history, so you know I'm not lying. But jump in, see the free trial. If you don't think it's valuable enough for you to stay in, you can always leave. You don't have to pay anything. I doubt that'll happen because it's packed with stuff to literally start making you money in week 1. So I don't see how you won't find it valuable. But give it a go. See if you see anything. If not, all good. Don't worry about it. At least I've tried. At least I've tried to help you. I provided all the value. And if it doesn't seem like it's good for you, you can leave. That's all good. But if not, make sure you at least get the free training so you can sort of get the full free, no fluff course to learn everything you need to learn from day 1. But yeah, I hope that kind of helps and sort of goes through how to actually start with Iman's new model without actually building a personal brand. Because obviously a lot of you guys are more business people, behind the scenes people, introverts like me. You don't want to be out there recording videos, grinding hours and hours and hours, making tons of videos to maybe make a little bit of money 2 years down the line when you've got a bit of a following. No, you want to start making money now. So this is kind of the step-by-step on how you're going to do it. I hope that makes sense. If you've got any questions, comment them below. Follow me on Instagram as well, because we're dropping so much advice. There's so much stuff coming. We're just getting started. So yeah, but I appreciate you watching. I hope this helped. Let me know any questions you've got. Peace.